I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. What's good, party people? What's good? As soon as I do that, man, the microphone start acting up. What's good? The microphone ain't act up the whole time. We was good. The microphone, what you doing? What you doing, Mike? Mike, what you doing? All right, let me do something real quick. I'm having a technical difficulty with a mic that all of a sudden wants to rebel, but I don't care. We're gonna rock. We're gonna rock this morning. We're gonna rock. Give me a second. Y'all give me a second. Be patient. Technical difficulty. Hold on. Jeez. I was good until this mic wanted to hold on. Let me see if I can play something while I fix this mic. Let me see. Is there anything I can play while I fix this mic? Yeah.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your man, Uncle Freezy. Take two. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. You are rocking with the number one chief rocker in the business, the number one chief rocker in Knicks universe. What's good? I see y'all out here. Let me shout out my people. Our community was good. Since they joint dropped, you notice the Knicks are undefeated. I'm just saying it's more than a coincidence. A positive song come out, positive joint come out, and you notice the Knicks are undefeated. I'm just saying, we knew a month ahead of time the joint was going to drop. Rich boy, what's good? D Nice is in the building. What's good? Karen Fung, what's good? We see you. Knicks Worldwide is in the building. Nick G, what's good? Mr. Vince is in the building. What's good? Mr. Vince says, happy Friday Eve, Uncle Freezy. Come on, this winning streak will end in Memphis tomorrow night. Return of the Tank Commander. We'll see. We'll see. Dripmore is in the building. G. Robinson is in the building. Mo, what's good? We see you, Mo. What's good? Mo, how Pop's doing? How Pop's doing, Mo? Just say good. Say good. So we won't be on pins and needles. Right? Joe Dino was good. Jerry Fitz is in the building. Hewlett Samuel, salute. Keith Turner was good. Was good. Chuck Allen. Seems like I just seen Chuck. So the reason why I'm running a little bit late is because me and Chuck Allen do this joint called Vibes and Stuff live in the mornings. Subscribe to the channel. We Rock in the Morning. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. It's the best way to start your morning, in my opinion. I ain't gonna lie to you. My mornings have been better since we've started doing Vibes and Stuff live in the mornings. It's Chuck Allen, the producer extraordinaire, and some dude named Uncle Freezy. Right? Welcome to the next morning drive, though. Right? JJ is in the building. The original DSJ is in the building. T. Williams, what's good? What's good? Let me see. I don't want... Yo, the original troll master himself, C-Mac, is here. So if you're sensitive, sorry. Brooklyn Buddha! Luke Skywalker Visions is in the building. What's good? All Future Media is in the building. What's good? Jamie Peralta is in the building. D is balling. Ron from Still Knicks Fans is in the building. What's good? Yo, do what Bodega Wi-Fi says. You better. That's an order. He says smash the like button. Bodega Wi-Fi says smash the like button. What's good? Before we get started, let me do this. Blue tears, orange tears, Lawrence tears. Bim! Let's go. Lawrence tears. How about that? Take that. All right, let me do this. All right, y'all give me some room. Chill out. Give me some room. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a ticket juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Scream. Brucey B, stop biting my style, Brucey B. I just mess around, man. E. Gibson is in the building. What's good? Yo, this is not a hot take either. Knicks have won 3 in a row since the victory song hit the streets. And we had at least like a 3 weeks warning of that. And everything came to fruition. Bim, take that. All right. So let me get started by doing this thing. I want to quote a great American poet. Right? I want to quote a great American poet. Right? I'm going to quote the great American poet, Melly Mel. Right? Melly Mel said, "A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God is smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through. You'll grow in the ghetto, living second rate, and your eyes will sing a song of deep hate. The place that you play and where you stay looks like one great big alleyway." My, how things turn around. Right? And so I have a quote for the Memphis Grizzlies. Because I know there are people in Knicks universe that are afraid of Memphis. Scared even of the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm not. I don't even play for the Knicks. I ain't scared. Right? Here is our quote to the Memphis Grizzlies. It is a quote by the great American poet, Prodigy. Prodigy said, "There's a war going on outside no man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever from these streets that we done took. You walk around with your head down, scared to look. You shook. Because ain't no such thing as halfway crooks." Give it up for Prodigy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. All right, I got one more quote by a great American poet. And I'm just going to say this and get it out of the way because this is how I feel about y'all. Even though this is a quote from the great American poet, Grand Puba, this is my love ballad to the Lawrence Tears family. Now, a lot of people think this is as easy as it looks. Books and books of rhyme concepts and hooks. Session to session to get thoughts manifested. Stressing and stressing to hit y'all with some blessings. That's what we doing here. Every morning. Coming through strong. We coming to the whole strong, right? To give the party people what they deserve in the mornings. And I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from. Try to do our very best for the Lawrence Tears family, right? All right. All right. Let's get to tip off. Tip off starts with a T. Tip off starts with a T. T. Is it capitalized? Okay, there it is. Yo, all I'm gonna say is this. If Thibs gets this roster to the playoffs, I'm giving him a contract extension. I know people want to see Thibs out of town on a Greyhound, right? If this team makes the playoffs, I'm giving Julius Randle a contract extension. Right? I'm telling you. If Tom Thibodeau gets this organization to the playoffs 2 seasons in a row, I might give him a street contract. Right? I might give him a hood contract. Y'all know what a hood contract is? It's a lifetime contract with no paperwork. We don't need no lawyers. We don't need no what's them people that stamp they thing on your, you sign your name and they put their little stamp on it to make it official. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Dumb people. Sometimes you got to pay them, sometimes you don't. Right? Right? What I'm saying is there are people out here. Yeah, a notary public. Yeah, we don't need no notary public. You know what I'm saying? If Thibs gets this team into the playoffs and this team do something, Thibs, I might give you a lifetime contract, no paperwork. We don't need no paperwork. We don't need no lawyers. We don't need no judges. We don't need no notary public. We don't need none of that, bro. We going on our word. A lifetime contract, no paperwork. You leave when you feel like it. Now, I know some people want to beef. I don't care. Right? And here's the other thing, too. Here's the other thing. We're back. We're back. What's good? All right. So let me do this. All right, let me do this. I'm gonna put this in the chat. Right. I ain't really up for. Yo, Woodshed is in the building. What's good, my brother? Oh, I know it's gonna be a good day now. I know it's gonna be a great day now, right? Me and Chuck Allen on Vibes and Stuff Live just had like this dope conversation. It turned my rainy morning into like a good morning. And then now I'm in here with y'all. We rocking. And then Woodshed 1914 show up. Bruh, that's all I'm saying. Quiet Money is in the building. What's good? Crazy Eyes is in the building. What's good? Like that song, Crazy Eyes, they watching you. Crazy Eyes, they watching you. Did I put the link in the chat yet? Let me put the link in the chat. All right, there we go. I didn't know if I put it in there or not, but there it is. All right. Staffadan is in the building. What's good? What's good? Ron is in the building. What's today? Thursday? Oh boy. I don't know what it is. I think me and Ron from Still Knicks Fans usually beef on Thursdays. I don't know what it is about Thursdays, but I don't know if Ron from Still Knicks Fans like to troll me on Thursdays. Is it like a trolling Thursday or something? But anyway, so I'm gonna put a poll up. I'm gonna put a poll in the community. Should Thibs get a contract extension if he gets your New York Knicks to the playoffs 2 years in a row? Should Tom Thibodeau be considered the long-term? Bagger Jones is in the building. What's good, my guy? What's good? I got to put a link. I got to put a poll in the chat, man. Okay. I got to put a poll in the chat. If YouTube stop running these commercials, I'll put a poll in the chat. Right? Not that one. Let me see. Let me go to my page, or it says your page, but y'all know what I mean. So let me go here. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Right? So check it out. If Thibs drags this team to the playoffs, is he the long-term coach? Yes or no? Yep. That's it. If Thibs drags this team to the playoffs, is he the long-term coach? Ask the community. Bim. So I asked the community, where is it? All right, and I'm going to pin it. Okay. All right. There's your poll. It's up for everybody. It's up for y'all to answer. Right? All right. So here's my thing about Tom Thibodeau being a long-term coach. Right? And I know y'all are with me. If you with me, put a pound in the chat. If you with me, if you feeling it, put a pound in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all with me. I know y'all feeling this, right? Because the thing is this. I'm going to ask you the question. When's the last time the Knicks have been to the playoffs 2 years in a row? If Thibs takes this team to the playoffs for the second year in a row, is he the long-term answer? And then ask yourself, if you say no, when was the last time the Knicks made the playoffs 2 seasons in a row? When's the last time the Knicks made the playoffs 2 seasons in a row? Somebody answer that for me. D is balling. D is balling. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I know you're chippy today.
Yeah, man. When's the last
Yeah.
time your New York Knicks made the
Wow.
playoffs? 2 seasons. Oh, here's Staffordon. Let me bring in Staffordon.
Sure.
What time is it?
I would like to introduce.
We need a key.
What's up, Stafford?
Staffordon was good. He ain't even here.
To answer your question, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say Jeff Van Gundy tenure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hey, did your Knicks look good last night?
I'll let you go first.
No, no, man. I'm so secretly, and I've been telling people behind the scenes, and in fairness to the Lawrence Thibs family, I haven't really put it out there like that because a lot of times when I say something, by the time it goes around the block and gets back to me, it's twisted.
Of course.
Right. We'll twist what people say, and not intentionally to make people look bad, but we'll hear a certain part and then we just rock with that.
Yeah.
Right. And so what I want to say to you is there is a false narrative in Knicks universe by a lot of Knicks content creators, by the way, and a lot of followers, subscribers to a lot of different channels, that Tom Thibodeau prefers to play veterans. And it's false.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Thibodeau's preference is win. Right? Tom Thibodeau will put the pedal to the metal on anybody that thrives in his system. There is no preference.
Okay.
Right? And I say that because when I look at when Tom Thibodeau won Coach of the Year, and he's won it twice, right? He's won it twice. He won it with a second-year R.J. Barrett being the second best player. And he won it in Chicago with Derrick Rose being a third-year player and Taj Gibson being a rookie. Now, I know for some people, they'll say, well, he had Carlos Boozer. Right, I know. Right. But he also had guys like Jimmy Butler as a rookie. He also had dudes like Tony Snell, who he drafted as a rookie. He also had the Corey Brewers and a whole bunch of guys. He also had Emmanuel Quickley's, Obi Toppins. He also had I was gonna say Kevin Knox. When I thought Kevin Knox and almost giggled to myself. I was about to say Kevin Knox and I was gonna laugh at myself just now if I'd have. But my point is, in years that Tom Thibodeau has thrived as a coach, the core of those teams were young guys.
Yeah.
And what happens is Thibs won't play a young guy that we like, or plays a veteran with a million NBA miles on him over a young rookie that we like, and we create the false narrative that Thibs only plays vets.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, last night, RJ Barrett, 21 years old, played 38 minutes. Emmanuel Quickly, what's Emmanuel, 22, 23, something like that, right?
Yeah.
31 minutes. Deuce McBride played 22.
Okay. Right. Stafford's having a connection. Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay. Stafford, we thought you were having a connection issue, man. We was talking to you and you didn't say nothing.
I am. I still having a little connection issue.
Yeah, you got some background. Yes. Ooh. Yeah, you got some background stuff too, man. How you doing this morning? See what happened?
Yep.
Okay. So, okay. All right. All right. So, Memphis is up next, right? And the only thing I can think about is street war music, like legit some Mobb Deep and Fatigues. You know what I'm saying? Walking around. All I can see is Memphis getting beat by 10 on their floor by the Knicks. Oh, wait a minute. This is in the Garden, right?
No, it's in Memphis.
It's in Memphis. Okay.
And then it's Brooklyn, which is, practically the Garden. And then the trip ends.
Wow. So we have two. Yo, we can get back home on a 5-game winning streak. Deep Poetic, this thing is looking mighty. We might be able to. I'm wondering if we can catch the 8 seed. Bye, Johnny Davis.
Bye, Ben Matthews.
I know this. I know, man.
Hello, Terry Eason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Nikolai Jovic.
Hello, Mark Williams.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Look, I mean, nobody expected this 3-game win streak.
Nope.
Only 3.5 back of Atlanta.
Right.
And Atlanta's 5 of 5 of the last 10. Charlotte's 3 of 7 in the last 10.
So you're saying there's a chance?
It's stinking possible.
Yeah, man. So you're saying it's a chance. There's a chance. I liked Thibs' defense last night.
Okay.
I have this theory, this conspiracy theory, that people push the false narrative on Thibs. My belief at the beginning of the season, and I'm searching for the show now, where I said Thibs would rather play these young kids, and the front office is making him play these veterans. And now that these veterans are losing to the war of attrition, Thibs is free to play the guys that he wanted to play in the first place, right? Okay. And so now you see a defensive guard out there guarding Luka. This dude is giving up. Luka is like what, 5 inches, 6 inches?
No, Luka's 6'8", and Deuce is labeled 6'1".
Yeah,
maybe 6'2".
Yeah,
but he's got a 6'8" wingspan, 6'8", 6'9" wingspan.
Yeah, and for those of you guys that were telling me about Jalen Brunson, I don't want to hear it.
Well, he just came off a foot injury, and you saw him grimacing yesterday, and so was Luka as well.
So was Luka, yeah.
So keep that in mind. The one that we have to talk about, right, is does anybody miss Reggie
Bullock.
Bullock.
No. Reggie Bullock Reggie Bullock was doing Reggie Bullock things last night.
Yo, and most of them were wide open.
Oh my goodness.
And that's the thing about the defense yesterday. I thought we had good defensive intensity.
Right.
But I also felt that we did a great job in keeping them on the perimeter and closing out some of the shots. And there was times where they just missed open layups, open shots as well.
Right. And
so
sometimes, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Sometimes.
Now, I was going to say, sometimes I think Dallas put the ball on the floor instead of using a pump fake sidestep. I think that hurt them putting the ball on the floor, going towards Mitch, challenging Mitch at the rim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These dudes are not athletes, bro. These dudes are shooters. You know what I'm saying? And so we made shooters do athlete things. And that led to a lot of weird misses at the rim. And they couldn't rebound because their tallest man was like 6'9", 6'8".
Yeah. So when I was watching a replay, I didn't watch the fourth quarter of the replay because I saw the game yesterday. But then, I always watch it again. And so I didn't get to the fourth quarter. But these are the things that, well, first of all, before I get into that, we have to keep some things in mind. We only shot 43% for the field yesterday. We only shot 26.5% from three yesterday.
Yes.
Our saving grace was that we destroyed them on the rebounds. I think it was 55-37.
Right.
We only had 10 turnovers.
Right.
So we were taking care of the ball. We were controlling possessions in the game. So especially on the road, I always say that when you control possessions on the road, you have a very good chance of winning every time.
Right.
So, but we did it. What's up, Kendall? We didn't shoot that great yesterday, and they shot atrociously. Like if I go down the list, right, of Dallas and what they do, watch, right, as far as shooting wise. They're a very potent team shooting the basketball. And I just saw yesterday, I was like, okay, there was some good closeouts here. I do like some of the defensive schemes they were running to keep them perimeter oriented and then force them to the closeout.
Right.
But I also have to keep in mind that there were times where, as I said before, there was open shots. But I'm gonna get into the third quarter. I mean, look at this, man. 3-point. No, it's not that great.
Right.
Okay, I thought it was a little bit better. Okay, my fault. So anyway, third quarter. That's when they went on a run. I think that was our worst quarter last night. And
Luka got hot. Let's give him credit.
But hold on. It could have been relegated. You could have doubled him to start because nobody else was hitting.
Right.
But you let him get off. There was times in transition that Taj Gibson was on Luka. And I'm like, I have it on my notes here. Communication, talk. Because there's no reason why Taj Gibson should be on Luka Doncic 2 transition plays in a row.
Right.
There was plays that Evan Fournier was playing Luka Doncic.
Why?
And I'm talking about like 70 feet.
Why?
And then it took Tom like most of the quarter to figure out, put Deuce on him. Deuce gets on him. Deuce gets Dallas gets an offensive foul because of the illegal screen. As soon as he's on him. Right? So I'm like, duh. Right? And then he decided to use Mitch and Deuce to double him, which was a fantastic idea.
Right.
You could have done that at the beginning of the quarter.
And we'd have won by 50, bro.
Yeah, probably won by 50.
We'd have won by 50. And two, I want to give credit to Dallas, to Jason Kidd, for making a defensive adjustment in the third quarter. Okay. Because if you notice, bro, the Knicks went ice cold, bro. Ice cold.
Well, they doubled Barrett to start. Right. And then I guess and we noticed about Thibs where like he has a game plan, right? And then when something happens, it's like he's like, what do I do? Yeah, and you could see it yesterday where they started doubling Barrett, right? And it got stagnant. And Randle started pounding the ball a little bit. I thought Emmanuel Quickly was okay yesterday. It wasn't better than the last 2 games.
Right.
His decisions weren't as quick. He was still pounding the basketball. He didn't shoot as well. Stuff like that.
They showed him looks that he couldn't recognize. It took him too long to decide what to do with the basketball.
Yeah.
And in the first half, they were trying to trap RJ when RJ got to the wing. Mm-hmm. And then in the third quarter, I think they will just like flat out like scrap the trap. We're not gonna allow him to come in and trap him. We're just gonna double team him off rip when he get the ball. And make somebody else do something.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. And you know, I didn't understand yesterday why Mitchell came out so early in that first quarter. I mean, he was dominant. I mean, between him and RJ, they pretty much had all the points.
Yep.
And plus RJ with the assist as well, so he contributed to the points as well. And I think he had 4 points as well in that span. A great game by Taj Gibson yesterday. And we noticed about Taj. We know Taj, when he's well rested, he's reliable.
Right.
But considering the lead that you had yesterday for most of the game, this were great experience points for Jericho Sims. And I know why Tom took him out. I got the play to show you. They had a pick and roll, and Sims was nowhere guarding the roll. And I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
Right, yep.
And he took him out right after that.
I saw him get lost a couple times, right? And not to cut you off, but I saw his body positioning on defense was wrong. And what happened is, and this is what I tell everybody, like when you start talking basketball talk, just be careful about the facts that you leave out. Don't leave out facts just to make your point. Being right is not as important. You being correct is not important as the truth being told.
That's right.
Yeah, gotta give context.
Yeah. So
and be truthful in your context.
Yep.
Right. Just you know what I'm saying? Just have a thing where you want to be factual and not right, because there is a difference. So what happened is Dallas showed a weak side action that paused Sims, because what happens is shot blockers want to do shot blocker things, right? Rim protectors want to do rim protector things, right? And so what happens is they start the screen and roll, right? He's focused this way. Peripherally, he sees a dude like about to take off. He's like, oh, I gotta protect this thing baseline. So now he's floating. Didn't trust the team defense, right? And now the rollers come. They come into the basket. There's nobody there. Right. Because they flash something. And this is a point guard. Now remember, Dallas's coach is one of the greatest point guards of all time.
Yeah.
He understands pick and roll actions. Don't get this thing twisted.
Yeah.
Right. Don't look at Luka like, oh, he's not fast. He's crafty. He can play. They have a brain trust over there also. Don't get this thing twisted.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd, if Jason Kidd was playing today in his prime, he might be the best point guard in the league if he was in his prime today. Right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
And so they show this rookie second round pick center. And it wasn't even a complicated action. They just showed him a flash of a back action. It paused them just enough for them to get in the lane.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Whereas Mitch would have pointed over there, yo. And then what would have happened is the guy guarding on the wing would have dropped down to the box to cut off the baseline, right? The person at the top of the key, if the ball was kicked out, would have rotated to that guy, and you would have saw the defense, everybody rotating, doing a rotation. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going to get the next guy. And that's what they call defensive rotations. Right? But Sims didn't communicate that, right? Thibs started stomping his foot like a petulant child, right? I knew Sims was coming out. I knew it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, he get ready to get splinters in his behind. Because all he had to do was point. Now, Thibs, that was one shot attempt, bro. That was just one shot attempt. You could have screamed at him when going back up the court. You could have been screaming at him. Right,
but it's not even that, Freezy. What Sims did, look, he lapsed, right? But he did do a good job of recovering, and he slammed the hell out of Luka going to the basket, and Luka went 0 for 2 on that free throw trip. So they actually did not get any points in that possession.
Exactly.
So it's a moment where it's like Sims.
You're talking about the second quarter. The second quarter.
No, it was the first quarter. It was when he came in.
The first quarter. Well, I'm sorry. But it was early in the game. I know what you're talking about.
Right. And that's a moment, Sims, come here. I don't know what the hell you were thinking. Okay, I don't know what crack you were smoking before the game tonight, but make sure that in our coverage here, you have to drop to the roll because of X, Y, and Z,
Right.
and that's it. And then have him play a little bit more. Have him get a couple of fouls because Sims is going to get 2 in about 7 minutes
Yeah.
anyway, right? And that's it.
Yeah, he could have called a timeout right there, and then brought him over to speak to him and be like, "Yo, listen, you got to rotate. You got to pay attention to what everybody else is doing and talk."
And you know
It's
what the
that
most
simple.
important thing there too? The most important thing there is I'm gonna bring in Sam real quick. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah. Okay.
Granderson. There we go. Sam was good.
What's good, Sam?
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Oh, good. How you?
Chilling. So
I'm chilling.
Hey, let me just finish this point real quick, Sam.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna finish this point, right? So the thing I want to touch on is this: if you're Jericho Sims, let me say this real quick, Nick Gas, don't come in here beefing, don't come in here trolling nobody, okay?
Hold up.
You hear me?
Morning. Yes, sir.
All right. So the thing with Sims is you in that play, the one that D Poetic pointed out, and another that I saw, Sims, you have to know your personnel, bro. You have to know that Reggie Bullock is not a threat to dunk on you, right? You have to understand that Reggie Bullock is a spot up shooter at best, right? You can't cave your defense for the threat of Reggie Bullock or maybe Dorian Finney-Smith, maybe, you know what I'm saying, coming to the rim and finishing strong, right? But because Finney-Smith is more of an athlete than Reggie Bullock. We all can acknowledge that, right?
Of course.
yeah,
But Dorian Finney-Smith is not the dude that's gonna get 20 points in the paint, right? He's a complimentary player.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to know your personnel, right? And so Sims, and not the one that D Poetic pointed out where Luka went. That was that was early, and I think that was the first quarter, like D Poetic said, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you have to know your personnel. Who's a threat to finishing? Who's not? Right? It's you have to know your scheme, know the personnel that you're playing with, communicate on defense, right? So yeah, because man, and there's no way if I'm playing, there's no way that I feel like Reggie Bullock is a threat to finish at the basket. Come on, bro. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, David Bertans, Dinwiddie. We could go down the list.
Yeah, none of these dudes.
Not to throw y'all off track, but remember when people wanted Davis Bertans in free agency? I'm so glad we didn't do that.
he robbed the NBA.
He's got a really good agent.
He's got me up there.
Honestly, Reggie Bullock wasn't a threat to anything yesterday. He finished like 0 for 8 from 3. He wasn't a threat from anything.
Yeah. And the defense looked okay. So the result was greater than how the defense looked. I think Dallas missed a lot of wide open shots. Right?
I agree.
Yeah, started the first half 0 for 19, right? Couldn't 3-point.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
They finished 6 for 44, 14%.
We weren't too far behind with 26 and a half.
Yeah, I was about to say we weren't too better either.
Yeah, man. So, Sam, I'm ready to give Randle a contract extension and ready to give Tom Thibodeau a lifetime contract with no paperwork.
Wow.
Oh my God!
Before you do all that, I wanted you to keep in mind that what was big for us yesterday was that we're just a more physical team than the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
And you notice that Julius Randle finally started getting going when he decided to put his hip, shoulder, and feet into what's his name? Dory Finney-Smith, Maxi Keebler, right? whatever his name is. Whenever he decided to do that, that's when the game opened up for him. I bet he was able to get to the free throw line and stuff of that nature. So
when that lead got cut to
10.
14.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 10?
Almost a 10. It was 14. I saw.
Right, it was 13. 13 was the lowest it went. 13.
But listen, that wasn't what I was getting at. What I'm saying is when that lead got to about 18,
right.
Knicks fans was like, "Oh my God, here we go again."
Yeah.
I did.
So I'm not talking about the lowest point. What I'm saying is when they were when the Mavericks got in within reach, Knicks fans were like, "Oh God, damn it."
Yeah.
Right. And so the thing is once it got to 14, man, Randle hit them 2 baskets back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminded me that Randle is a star in this league. Right. It reminded me that Randle is a very, very good player in this league. Right. Because during that same time period, RJ couldn't throw a ball in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks as a team could not throw the ball in the ocean from the beach, right? We missed a lot of shots. Randle came through in the clutch there because if Randle had hit those shots and Luka had came down and hit another shot, remember at the same time, Luka was getting in his bag.
Yep.
Right? And Luka was getting his bag like a slumber party, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so if Luka had continued on and Randle not hit those shots, the conversation this morning would be very, very different.
Of course.
Yeah. But Luka should have been out the game. Luka should have been tossed because he had that was him that hit RJ in the head.
Yeah,
and they didn't call. So that should have been a flagrant one. And then he got the tech. What was that in the second half? He should have been tossed.
Facts.
Luka is one of the biggest crybabies I think I've ever seen. No, seriously. In all the years I watched basketball, I think he's one of the worst crybabies I've seen.
This is Luka right here. That's Luka, bro.
And it's bad, Lucas. He's one of those guys who thinks he never does anything. Like ever.
Yeah, because he's chosen. You know how that go. He's set up to be one of the faces of the league, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Wasn't he supposed to play in Atlanta? And they just switched him. They just flipped him.
Well, he never actually spent the day with the Hawks. They traded him.
No, definitely, but that was his destiny in a sense.
I guess.
Evan Fournier. There was 2 plays. No, there was this one possession where Dallas had missed some threes in the third, right? And you see Evan Fournier just watching the ball because they were long rebounds, right? He's like this. Twice. Didn't even go after it twice.
Have you seen the plays where Fournier, even worse, he'll look at it and then just start going on the other side of the court. He just will not even turn that way.
Yeah.
And then to add insult to injury on the third possession, on the third try of that possession, then Dinwiddie scores in his mouth. And it's like, why is he on the basketball court?
Right. Why is he on the team? Okay.
Why
is this dude on the team?
From him on defense is my high school coach would have benched me for the rest of the season for that, or just
I would have not played high school ball if I played like that.
Right. He's not making the middle school cuts at that point.
He on the team because he make those 1 or 2 little fadeaway threes in the corner, and
they look like good that. Though.
Yeah, it look good. It look good, but it's
it looks like
does that outweigh everything else?
I think he has European affirmative action.
He plays because him and his agent did a great job in the off season and getting paid $18.5 million.
Right.
That's why he's playing.
What bag of goods did he sell the Knicks? What was the pitch, please?
Right. A great pitch. Shame on the Knicks for taking it.
Hey, so Sam, this is something I brought up to D Poetic. I'm gonna share it right now. This has been my belief. Some things, Lawrence his family, we have got to at some point. So some of the stuff that we talk about behind the scenes is juicier than what we talk about on stage, right?
Mm.
So I told D Poetic, I'm like, you can't be mad at Randle for getting a contract extension because he negotiated with the former best agent in the game. Leon Rose used to be the best agent in the game.
Right.
And Fournier and Randle negotiated contracts with this dude that was ahead of one of the major agencies in professional sports.
If we want to be technical, Kimba fleeced him too.
Good point. Touche,
That's
my
an even
friend.
worse fleece. I don't even know how he got that a
Touche.
2-year deal out of him.
Mm-hmm. Freezy. So
Yeah, and so my point is the point is that I'm getting at is are we overstating what these contracts mean in today's NBA, or are we underestimating how bad of a front office guy Leon Rose is?
yeah. And to build with you on that, I think what we have to stop doing as a fan base, I mean, I don't do it, but other guys do it. They got their hands in their pockets, wondering, well, you're making this much money and when your gripe is not with the player. You should be congratulating the player because these are 406 one of 460 guys in the NBA out of thousands that have potential to make it. And as you mentioned yesterday, Freezy, millions that want to make it, that actually got this bag. We should be congratulating them. Our gripes are with the front office, not the player.
Yeah.
I'll never get mad at a player for getting paid. It don't matter if he's good or bad. He deserves his money regardless. I'll never get mad at somebody.
That's like the Tim Hardaway Jr. Everybody was mad. Oh, he got the way he had like 78, around the same as Fournier, and everybody was angry. And like, oh, he don't deserve that. Why would you give him that? Blah blah blah. Be mad at the front office. Don't be mad at Tim Hardaway Jr. because he got that. Because you will go in there and ask for that and sign that contract. You would do the same thing.
I challenge somebody to do an NBA workout throughout the summer and see how that feels when it comes September.
Yeah.
So, that the hands in the guy's pockets, that stuff got to stop. And Freezy, you're right. It shows how bad of negotiators our front office really are.
Right.
Yo, I just want to know, like, what made them, like, even if we go off the recency bias, right? If they go off, what have you done for me lately? How do you leave that Hawks series and say, yeah, Nerlens Noel, you deserve this contract?
And
like, that's the one that really like stabs me the worst.
Because he had those at the rim blocks. Yeah, they was all excited. They was excited at it.
Kendall, how many of those he have in the Hawks series?
None.
I saw him get victimized by Clint Capella every single game.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they got excited off those at the rims. They gamed they were clutch blocks during the season, but when the playoffs came, he wasn't doing none of that. He was on the floor.
Exactly. And now where is he at? On the bench all season.
On the bench, ain't play a game.
Yeah. I feel y'all, man. I'm low on the front office, man. I'm really in that belief that they are very inept, and all the supposed smart guys that are there are either not being listened to, or they're not really that smart. Something's got to give.
What about Derrick Rose? They did. Did Derrick Rose really deserve that money? And I love Derrick Rose. Who doesn't? But he didn't really play this year either.
With Derrick Rose, I think his situation is a little different because they kind of were in the sense of, okay, we're going to reward him for carrying us.
That's true.
That's true. But it was like 24 and 11.
Yeah, with this year, I don't think anybody could have predicted him being out for this long. So that's the only reason I'll say that he more so got a reward of a deal, and people were actually going to offer to get Derrick Rose in free agency. Now, Noel and Burks, I don't believe they would have got that much from other teams, but I know for a fact Derrick Rose would have got at least 10 mil.
Yeah, you're right.
So for one, I agree with y'all saying, but here's the thing that I want to point out. I don't believe Thibs was in love with these dudes.
No, I don't either.
No,
I think in my belief, and I know I said this, I'm gonna just restate it one time, and I won't repeat myself like this going forward. My belief is that Thibs all along wanted to play Grimes and McBride because they offered him an automatic upgrade over what he had last season,
Mm-hmm.
right? Grimes is better than Bullock,
Mm-hmm.
right? And one could argue that over time, McBride offered you more than Elfrid Payton offered. Not at the beginning of the season, because Elfrid Payton had 2 seasons in New York, right? So he had 2 seasons to develop chemistry with these guys, whereas Miles McBride is a rookie, right? But if you go by what you saw yesterday, and you go by what you saw from Elfrid Payton defensively, one could argue that Miles McBride defensively is up to the same task as Elfrid Payton, but he presents 3-pointer upside, whereas Elfrid Payton can't shoot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I say that, of course, it's going to sound like revisionist history because we're in the here and now, and that was the way back then. But what I'm getting at is I don't know if this Thibs thing with veterans has legs to it. The only thing, though, is teams have to spend 90% of the salary cap. You have to. You know what I'm saying? That's a CBA rule, right? So with that said, I can't blame the front office for going to get somebody, but I would much rather have gotten a terrible contract like a Paul Millsap. You know what I'm saying? On a 1-year deal and bring in, I will take a first-round pick from somebody, whoever had Millsap, or Al Horford, take Al Horford's terrible contract. You know what I'm saying? Or take on, well, you don't want to take on John Wall because John Wall wanted to play, but y'all understand what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would much rather have done that, bench that player, right? Get the draft picks, and then go into 2022 or 2023 with an additional draft pick, knowing that you were going to play the kids this year, wind up with this record that we have right now, right? Think about it. If you played the kids, you probably have the same record you have right now.
Yeah.
If you played them from jump, right? Right? But you didn't play the kids from jump. You played veterans, and they underachieved because they're journeyman
semi-washed.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
No, not even semi. Not even.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to be nice.
You know what my gripe is with the Fournier contract is how much did DeRozan get? Didn't he get almost the same amount from Chicago?
I think he got a little bit more.
No, he got 10 million more.
Yeah, 10 million. So you mean tell me you couldn't offer that to?
Yeah, you could have.
They could have
did that, right? You could have just offered it the same. You could probably offer the same thing Chicago offered him from us, but
would you? Hey, Rivera, listen, check this out. Would you trade Fournier, Noel, and Taj Gibson for DeMar DeRozan
right now?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right. But the Knicks chose not to sign DeMar DeRozan Noel and
that's
Taj
essentially
Gibson.
What they did with his money.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could have just did that. You could have got DeRozan and you would have got him. You would have had an MVP. If you played like this for us, you would have had an MVP player for less than $100 million a year.
And then you could have got cheap journeyman labor at center off the street. You could have got Bismack Biyombo. I keep saying that, right? You could have got Bismack Biyombo for the vet minimum. And all he wanted to do was play 10 minutes a game. I'm good, coach. Just give me 10 minutes.
And you'd have moved RJ back to the 2. He wouldn't have had to been the 3. And he'd probably been playing better from the beginning.
I think DeRozan would have been crazy. That man. I think if I see DeRozan next to Randle and then RJ getting his looks, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my God! Yeah, you're right.
And you could have signed TJ McConnell for pennies.
Oh yeah.
Or traded for him for pennies.
Or you could have got Caruso as well. You probably could have still squeezed in Caruso.
You know who they wanted instead of McConnell? They wanted the off-brand McConnell and Arcidiacono. That's what they wanted.
Oh yeah, I forget.
Yeah, man, that's what we wanted. Dollar store version.
Let me bring in D'Angelo. You saying making me laugh.
Morning.
Morning.
What's up?
Super Randle.
I got no comment today.
But to wrap this up, Freezy, with last night is this: we're a more physically imposing team. We did what we had to do on the road. We out rebounded them. We didn't turn over the ball. It's going to lead to victories when you do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced. Memphis is the test.
Yeah.
If this is real or not. Because I still have to go back to the drawing board and ask, okay, if you get to the play-in, you get to the playoffs. Let's say the best case scenario, right? They make it to the first round and get smacked. What did you get out of that?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Legacy.
What everybody wants to know.
And
What's the legacy?
Your legacy is that you made the playoffs 2 years in a row.
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah.
And that's what the front office is going to stand on. That's the
and-
problem I have in my mind.
Yeah.
Right. And
Just
so,
trade front office.
yeah, because the front office is trash. Come on, man. We know. Yo, you couldn't even. Yo, Derrick Rose had a clicky ankle. You had known it for 2 weeks. Y'all remember that? But this is before Derrick Rose actually had the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
We knew Derrick Rose was hurt.
Still played him.
And they still tried to march him out there. He would leave games. And DJ Augustine was a free agent, and you didn't sign him. And he has a history with Thibs.
Crazy.
Right? And so if you sign, you don't have to give him the max. You don't have to give DJ Augustine 4 years, $52 million a year. That's stupid.
He just wanted to play.
Who did he sign with? Milwaukee now?
The Lakers.
Oh, the Lakers. Wow.
Yeah.
You could have signed Lance Stevenson. He came in and started cooking. You could have signed him out the G League. Like you could have did so much.
And you know, and Rivera, you know what the thing is about you signing DJ Augustine? It signals to the club that you are serious about making a playoff push.
That's right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But Freezy, you don't think that kind of enables them to put out a worse version of what they did this year?
In a sense, right? In a sense. But D, what I'm getting at is if you bring in Augustine, you don't have to play him 1,000 minutes. All right, he coming in off the street. You know what I'm saying? Because think about this. You can't say to Cam Reddish that you came in from another team and you got to earn your way into our rotation and blah, 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 and then bring in DJ Augustine and make him the starter. Right? You can't do that because that all that does is backfire in your face. Right? You bring in DJ Augustine, you probably start one of your guards quickly or McBride. Augustine slowly works his way up the depth chart and holds it down until Derrick Rose comes back. Right? That's all I'm saying. You could because think about this. Instead of signing DJ Augustine, you signed Robert Arch. Yeah, him.
Yeah, Archie. Yeah, I can know.
Yeah.
Okay. Freeze, this is what I'm getting at. All right, let's backtrack, right? Let's do a little chronology here. Last year, when we did our run last year, right? What were the expectations for this year? And not just for you and me. I mean, like in a general, populace.
Make the playoffs. We got to be better than we were last year.
Right. We have to improve from last year. So if we didn't get out, if we got scraped the first round, right? We're trying to make it to the second round or be very competitive, right?
In the first round. Yep.
Right. Okay. That's not happening, right? We went a step backwards, right? Maybe even 2 steps backwards, right? And the best case scenario is that we make the playoffs this year, right? Now, off that, what are the expectations now for next year?
That's interesting. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
I need some time to think about that.
No problem.
That was a real good question.
Yeah.
So that's what I was getting at. I'll be real quick, DeAndre. I'm real sorry. That's what I was getting at, where it's like, all right, are we going to further enable this administration to continue the behavior, right, of what they did this year? Now that the fact that they may be a little bit excited that we have made the playoffs for the first time in 20 years for
And I
2
think
years in a
little
row.
bit could be an
That's-
understatement.
D'Angelo talking to us or somebody else?
No, I think
I,
he's agreeing
I
with
think he's
me.
ad-libbing.
Yeah, I think he's
Oh,
agreeing with me.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. My bad, D'Angelo. I didn't know. Okay.
no. I was just agreeing with me. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't tell because it was coming in choppy in my ear. My bad.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad, bro. But yeah, man, I understand what you're talking about in terms of direction of the team,
Yeah.
and how you make moves to improve the roster so that it impacts positively which direction you are looking to go. I get it, right? I get that, but I'm still in a weird place because you traded for Denzel Valentine to save $400,000. Right?
That's Brock Aller. I mean, you know, he.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get it. I get it, right? But what I don't get is when are we gonna make basketball moves?
Yeah, I know.
They're not. They still think that they're gonna make a big move and trying to save money and trying to save cap whatever, but they're not doing it by doing all of that. When you gonna make a splash? Like you're right, Free. When you gonna make a splashy move? When you gonna do something that really push the team forward?
Right.
So now check this, right? What do we need improvement on after last year against the Hawks?
Point guard.
Point guard.
If we make and win, right?
Yeah.
If we make the playoffs this year, right? What do we need improvement on in the offseason?
Point guard.
Yeah.
Wing.
Yeah.
So here's my point. What did we really accomplish?
Nothing.
So why the hell I want it? I don't want something that's nothing.
But the thing is about making a move for a guy is that you're signaling to the fan base that at least you're trying. These dudes. Think about this. Did you know the direction of the team for most of the season?
I'm still questioning it now.
Right.
Uncle Freezy, don't you think that you're moving the goalposts? Like you're moving the goalposts. Like right now, if we make the playoff, I feel like it's a good thing that we make the play in. But you're moving the goalposts. You're saying that if we make the playoff, it's still nothing. Like
What?
making the play in.
Say that one more time.
I feel like you're moving the goalposts.
Right. So you asked me if I feel like I'm moving the goalposts, and then you said that I'm moving the goalposts.
I'll just shut up. Then.
No. I'm just trying to figure out what you.
I'm trying to be fair to the panel, but it's like the bullying is kind of harsh. So it's like I don't know what to say. It's like
what?
Bullying? Come on, guys. Stop.
Come on, man. Ain't nobody who bullied you today.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I feel like you're moving the goalposts, and now that I'm saying that, like, you're acting like I'm saying something like retarded.
What are you saying, man?
No, I asked you to clarify what you were asking.
He just wants you to
Because I feel like you're undermining this last 3 wins. 3 days ago, I came and said we're gonna win, and you guys said you're crazy, you're crazy. Now that we're winning, we're moving the goalposts as if like it's nothing. Yes, I don't want Thibs back next year, but right now we're developing the kids, and that's what we wanted the whole time. We're seeing that Quickly is developing into a better player than last year, because last year it was his rookie year and they switched the rules when it comes to like
I'm not going to base anything gas on it on 3 games right now after the season that they had.
I'm not gonna lie.
And I want to be in context here. We never called you crazy for them having the possibility of winning. We called you crazy.
I'm not gonna go myself to you because you're very like emotional. So I'm just talking to Freezy.
What? Dude, you're the only one emotional right now. I'm just chilling out and having a conversation with you.
Yes, come on.
And now you're gonna shut me up while I'm actually trying to have a conversation with you. You're just a disruption, sir. That's all you are.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Smart people make decisions based on new information. Idiots hold on to bad decisions based on new information.
That's outdated.
So the Knicks won 3 games in a row. Why would we continue to say things about the Knicks as if they lost 3 games in a row instead of winning 3 games in a row? So if you're saying the goalpost is moved, I wouldn't say the goalpost is moved. How about calibration? Right? When things are when say GPSs get new information, guess what they do? They recalibrate.
They update,
Yeah. That's all this is. It's not a goalpost moving thing because, like I mentioned in the beginning, right? This is not about who is right or wrong. It's about the truth. And the truth is that the Knicks won 3 games in a row. So it's not about Nick Gas being right and Uncle Freezy being wrong. Whenever you get new information, you want to make sure that you make sound judgments and speak to the truth. Does that sound like bullying?
All right, going back to the last game, we faced a team that had a 6-game winning streak. So it's not just any type of 3-point game. I get the game against the Kings. The Kings suck. The Kings haven't been in a playoff since 15 years. I don't know how long. But it's still 3 good critical games. I think next game is going to be the defining game. Game number 4, if we take that game, I'm a believer. I'm a believer that we're going to be able to at least have an ending in Brooklyn. And I'm pretty sure Kyrie won't play in Brooklyn. So it's still a good ending. It's still a good, like, I don't know. Like, I rather this.
So let's do it step by step. So step by step is you said I'm moving the goalpost, and then you said you asked me if I was moving the goalpost, and then you said that I am moving the goalpost, and then you brought up we talked about the 3-game winning streak, right? And then I mentioned the fact that we can recalibrate based on new information. That's what, and then I mentioned that's what smart people do. That's my opinion, which I think is based in fact, right? Now we're talking about going forward, right? So going forward, you're saying that you need to see the Knicks win again in order to be a believer, right?
I've been a believer.
No, he's already a believer.
He's already a believer.
Okay.
I've been a believer 3 games ago, like before this winning streak.
Okay. So
coming into effect, so I'm not that crazy because when I say Emmanuel Quickly was the guy that I want to put my chips on, everybody laughed. And Emmanuel Quickly has been playing pretty good the last 3 games when you give him time, when you give him more than 30 minutes, when you give him more than 25 minutes.
Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. Let me do something real quick. Chuck, what's good?
What's good, Chuck?
Salute.
Yep. So let me read this super chat by Paris Duggar. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Hey, and we appreciate you being a part of the joint, man. I know I say that all the time. I know it probably get old, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? We really appreciate you, man, and your contributions to the show, like the comments and all that stuff, man. So Paris Duggar says, playoffs means millions and legacy for the players. I get it. I agree. I agree. Yo, Subliminal 209 is in the building. What's good? Make sure y'all check out Knicks After Party tonight, Thursday nights at 11 p.m. right here on Blowing's Tears. You'll see the thumbnail. The thumbnail soon come. We invite everybody to come out and hang out with those guys as they talk about Tom Thibodeau's long-term legacy with the New York Knicks.
Mm-hmm. So just to make something clear, once again, because I'm not going to be shut up by anybody. The point is that we didn't call you crazy for the fact that they might win. We just felt that mathematically they would have to win a lot of games in order for them to make up the game. So, for example, if they lose to Memphis and Atlanta wins, it's back to 4.5 games with 16 games to go, which is a heavy mountain. They would have to play almost perfect basketball.
The Clippers. I think Atlanta's facing the Clippers next. So
whoever they're facing, my point being is that it's a long mountain because you would have to play about 600, 650 basketball in order to probably catch up. So is it possible? Yeah, but you also have to keep in mind too that other teams also have to lose as well.
Need some
It's
other
not just about the Knicks winning.
Yeah.
For me, I'm 50-50 on making the playoffs. It's like I want the pick, but then also like I want to see the young guys get that playoff experience. I want to see if RJ could get redemption and really turn into the star we think he'll be if he plays well in the playoffs. So, I'm 50-50 on it.
But back to my question though, what do you get out of it? Now, Parrish brought up a good point that if guys at certain incentives in their contracts, if they do make the playoffs, they do get like an extra mil or 500,000 or stuff like that, which is very true.
Mm-hmm.
And so incentive wise, I could see that. But from I just don't get participation awards. It doesn't make sense to me. Only if, for example, it was the young guys doing it and they're learning and developing and they went over everybody's expectations to get to that. That's something different. But that's not really the case here. So I asked, will the front office now remain stable and now being able to kind of repeat what they did yesterday? Do they learn from their mistakes? We still have a point guard and wing that still has to be accounted for in the offseason. And we also, what's up, Ron? And we also have some signings as well to make. We have major decisions to make this summer. So my question is that if we do make the playoffs and all that, right, do you trust these guys in order to fix the mistakes, get the roster right for next season, and for them to make the right signings moving forward?
This could prolong the problems.
Yeah. Okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just want to ask this question though before we have these statements be a part of the official transcript. Just want to ask you this: is this team a late season team? Right? And so I think the question is valid because around this time last season, the Knicks finished the season 16-4 over their last 20 games. And right now, you just saw this team. We're in the midst of a 3-game winning streak, playing the same teams that we knocked off last year to go 16-4.
Creasy, I think that's a good question, but I'm gonna tell you this. But before I jump in, hey, good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
You know what I mean? What's going on, peoples? You know what I mean? Hey, man, it's a good morning.
You been on that elliptical?
Hey, I'm on it right now, man.
Okay.
We 3 wins in a row. Great win last night by the squad. Thanks to bad shooting by Dallas, bad shot selection by Dallas. The biggest crybaby in basketball, according to Clyde and Luka Doncic. Man, hey, all
He
of
really
the
is,
above.
yo.
You know what I mean? So, hey, shout out to the squad and a tenacious defense from Wyatt, pretty much wire to wire, except in that third quarter. They fell asleep a little bit on defense. But, man, your question, Freezer, that's a good question. And the answer is, it ain't so much that we are a late season team. We got a coach that coaches that way. The only time he make any kind of major moves that shake up the squad is when he's in desperation mode.
Right.
Well, he should be in desperation mode from the word go and trying to shake things up to make sure things don't get to a point where you got to hit the reset button on everything and come up there and then press conference talk about everything on the table. You supposed to be in that mode the whole time. It's read and react. See what's going on. See what changes you need to make. You know how that thing go when you throw that uniform on, man. You know what I mean? You got to have them contingency plans. This don't work. Hey, we making a move to this. And I got to say this, man. I'm going to say this morning, and I hope the whole Knicks fan base hear me. Don't talk to me but no Jalen Brunson.
No.
Don't talk to me. Man, I'm so happy we didn't trade for that guy. And I've been saying it for a while.
Point.
He does not impress me at all. And for everybody getting enamored with what he's doing, playing next to Luka, you should be doing what he's doing.
All right.
how he's gonna play as that lead guy in New York without the pressure on, without the help of Luka.
What?
Man, I don't want no parts of that, man. Stay away from that. Stay away from that. Don't get enamored because his daddy was, one of the players on the team. And that's the only
storylines.
Storylines. And that's the only time you'll hear me reference anybody's family because it's pertinent to the game of basketball.
Right.
But I ain't with that foolishness that people talk with people's families. But that guy is not it. And I'm gonna tell you, when I look at his game, Deuce McBride can be what he is, and actually better because Deuce McBride defense is better than his.
Agree.
So stay away from Brunson. Hey, Worldwide West, get that out of your head. Leon Rose, get that out of your head. James Dolan, get that out of your head.
Yo, somebody got some feedback too, man.
Yeah, somebody
got some feedback, man. If you're not talking, man, please mute your microphone so we can hear Ron clearly, man.
Get that out of your head, man. And matter of fact, to my man D's balling point, the fact that they even consider trading for this guy, this is my thinking on it. They further proven to me they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
You trying to get this guy to be your lead dog. He's not that. Stop it, man. Stop it. Let's go get a head honcho, man. Hey, you talking about Leon Rose? Thibs for president. Hey, I'm looking for Sam Preston, man. That's what I gotta say this morning, man. Get me Sam Preston. And D's balling gave you the reason why you gotta go get him.
Right.
Yesterday.
The reasons why we here.
Let's go. Let's go this morning, man. Let's go this morning, man. Beautiful day, man. 3 in a row. But don't get enamored with this thing because it ain't sustainable. It ain't sustainable. You saw Julius Randle tonight too. Last night, that pumpkin strike 12. You know what I mean? On that clock. You know what I mean? Hey, that Cinderella fell apart last night. You know what I mean? He up there running backwards and everything, falling on the floor, and the ref bailed him out. Man, hey, Julius Randle, hey, I appreciate your partner, but your time is up, man. We're going to put you on the first thing smoking. We're going to do you a favor and save you from yourself at the end of the season.
No, Ron, we got to keep Randle, bro.
No.
We got to keep Randle,
I'm going to tell you why you got to get rid of him, Freezy. This is my major problem with Randle, more than anything. And you know this. Anybody who's been a Knicks fan for the last 20 plus years know this. Everybody can't play in the Garden.
Right.
Julius Randle is a different player at home than he is on the road.
That's true.
Right.
And if you try to make the switch to RJ that the fan base wanted and what it looks like is about to happen, will Julius Randle be willing to take that back seat? And I can tell you right now the answer is no.
I disagree with you, man. And
I feel you.
And so here's why. Right before Julius Randle, your power forward was named Noah Vonleh. And listen, so
now, Freezy, I'm gonna
know y'all.
Let's talk about
love.
Mine was Bobby Portis.
Yeah,
that was my guy.
Hey, Ron, I brought that up yesterday.
I
brought that up the other day. I brought it up.
So the thing is, New York is, well, not New York, but the Knicks organization in Madison Square Garden is a tough place to play and a tough organization to be a part of, right? Because the media pressure, the fan pressure, the internal stress is too much for most human beings to bear, right? We understand that. That's why Kevin Durant called us a joke, right? It's why LeBron don't even take the meetings with us. It's why when Michael Jordan's a free agent and the Knicks offer him twice with the Bulls offer, Mike don't even take the offer. He go back to Chicago in '96, right? Because New York is a rough place to play.
Mike hated the Knicks, man.
So what I'm telling you is stars are not coming here. Magic Johnson had the chance to come. He didn't. Isaiah Thomas off the torn ACL had a chance to come here. He was like, no, I'd rather retire. Michael Jordan turned down twice the money, right? Kevin Durant says you're a joke. LeBron turns down your meetings, right? We get a guy that accepts the challenge, and all we do is grind him to a bloody pulp, right? And the thing is about that is we do that with the rest of the NBA looking. This dude came here and played 2.5 seasons, right? Made an all-star team and won, dragged the team to the playoffs and won,
and disappeared
and won.
Listen, N-O-N-E, not W-O-N.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Right. And so the thing is, as Knicks fans, I think what we have to do is recognize who we are. We are not the darling of the ball. We can't take our pick of who is gonna come here. This is the same conversation we've been having for 50 years.
Not actually.
If you trade, so if you trade Randle, who's your power forward?
Who my power forward? I'll find one.
Exactly.
You found one. His name was Noah Vonleh.
I'm gonna give you the PC version of
Quincy Acey.
I'm gonna give you the PC version of New Jack City.
Cancel
him. I'll find me a new one.
Here's two things.
So who's the replacement for Julius Randle?
Now, before that, here's two things about this. I agree with Ron. Ron is right about, like, is he gonna get to take the seat back for RJ to be the man? Absolutely not. He won't. You know why? Because playing in New York and being a star in New York is a drug. You ain't gonna never get that up.
That's a great point.
You ain't never giving that up.
That's a great point, man.
Okay, go ahead.
And second thing was, now I missed my point. Now I forget that. I forgot the second thing. But the first thing, once you play in New York, you're the man. I was born and raised in New York. I love New York. We think we better than everybody. We may not be true, but we think everything begins and ends in New York. So only imagine coming here, seeing, I got a commercial now, sitting on the car, my son getting sponsors, I'm getting this, I'm getting that, and I got paid. I'm not sitting back to some 21-year-old. No. That's the attitude I would have.
And to further add on to your point, when you think about this now, so are you, if Julius Randle, they tell Julius Randle, we want you to take the back seat, Julius Randle gonna look at them like they're crazy. And the fact that he getting paid all that money is another reason why he got to go. And Freezy, answer this. Do you want Julius Randle still here when we don't make the playoffs? Do you want him back next year? We don't make the playoffs. We don't make the play-in. And we looking like a team that, hey, y'all was talking about a team with no direction.
Yeah. So
you want him back here next year?
So, but Ron, let me answer with this. I'm gonna answer with this. Right? Y'all just hear me out. Right?
Don't get fooled by that 46 point performance.
No, that ain't what I'm talking about. So first of all, get paid. The dude got a pay raise of less than $5 million. The dude, you talking about the extension? The dude is gonna make 26 point something million dollars. And what NBA city is the best player making less than 30? The New York Knicks.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
And secondly, hold on. Secondly, playoff teams and contenders have 2 to 3 great players, and New York has 1 or 2 good players, and you're comparing them to the teams in our own division. I'm not even gonna go in the conference. I'm going to go in our division. Brooklyn has Ben Simmons, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. Boston has Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown. Right? Toronto has a number of good players. Right? Philly has James Harden and Joel Embiid, and the Knicks have Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. Yet we have this conversation every day about how Julius Randle is not good enough. Right? How about look in your own division, look in your own neighborhood first to look at rosters and see what they have, and if your roster right now is currently constructed can be compared to the other teams in your own neighborhood, not in the Western Conference, not in the Eastern Conference, not Miami, you know what I'm saying, not all over the place, in your neighborhood. Are you better than Philly? No. Are you better than Toronto? No. Are you better than Boston? No. Are you better than Brooklyn? No. How is that Julius Randle's fault?
Okay, but did you have that same? I'm sorry, Ron.
Go ahead.
Before I forget.
Go
ahead. Did you have that same energy for Melo? Because we bash Melo.
This ain't a Melo conversation.
No, but I'm saying,
this ain't a Melo conversation.
Talent, but he had far less talent.
Melo had a different organization. Melo had the defensive player. Man, come on, man. The thing is, so Rivera, I respect you as I like you, bro. But that right there was lame, yo. That right there is what they call. That's what they call P-footing. I can't answer the Randle question, so I'm gonna grab something out of history.
Because
and compare
we
it.
bashed Melo about not winning.
No,
not
I
doing
didn't.
nothing
What I said was look around.
Did you
what I said was look around. I just said look around in your own neighborhood. I asked you if you were better than Boston, if you were better than Brooklyn, if you were better than Philly. Are you better than Toronto? And you said, well, what about Carmelo Anthony?
No, but that's not my point. My point was like Melo had the same issues, right?
Were you defending Melo like you defending Julius?
Yeah, Julius Randle, because Melo had the same issues. He had Kevin Garnett, he had Paul Pierce, he had Ray Allen. Philly might have not been that great. And
yeah, Philly was trusting the process.
And Brooklyn still had somewhat players. But my point was the same way Randle hasn't really won anything in New York, and you so defensive over him.
Man.
Were you that way for Melo
years? During the Melo years, the Midwestern Conference, Indiana, Detroit, all them teams was good. That was the team in the yes. Detroit won the NBA Finals in 2004.
Yeah.
You said Melo with the Knicks, though, right?
Freezer, I got an answer for you on that power forward where I'm going to get.
Yeah, good, because that's what I was going to ask you.
Yes,
in your words, you always like to talk generational talent. If
Right.
anybody know what I'm getting ready to say, you can go ahead and say it before I will.
I already know, yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. It's so many layers. I'm going where whoever coaches this team at the time, Thibodeau, ain't gonna have no excuse. I'm going straight to New Orleans, and I'm shipping him back to New Orleans. I'm bringing Zion here, and I'm gonna tell you why. The thing already put together. You got 3/4 of the band together. They know how to play together. You bring him here, and the guy. And then I'm seeing recent photos. The guy is in shape. He making a power move to get up out of there. And I ain't worrying about the injuries, because the injuries is a product of him carrying that weight. That man gonna be motivated to play here with his guys. Not only that, another thing you're gonna do, you talk about star power to be able to get out of the first round. You got them three guys together. I guarantee you just accelerated the New York Knicks to being one of the contenders in the East. I guarantee you that.
Ron, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a very important question. Are you aware of Zion's contract?
The contract that's going to be coming up? Yeah, he's still on a rookie deal. He's not signing that contract. He's not going to sign that contract.
Okay, hold on. So here's my question to you, right? Do you sign him when he gets here?
I'm gonna do what needs to be done to get him. We have the conversation about the contract. Because
how many games he's played in 3 seasons?
83.
Well, we know why. Like I said, D's baller. I just said it. We know about the injury history, but I know what the guy is on the court. I know what the guy is to players wanting to play with him, and that's another thing you talked about, Freezer. Ain't nobody trying to come in. You bring Zion here, people gonna be trying to knock the door down to get here to play with them 3 guys because they know. When that guy's on the floor,
respect to that logic, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But with that guy on the floor, but you know what? We ain't had a Zion. The last time we had a Zion, his name was Patrick Ewing, generational talent.
I got you.
And people was knocking the door down to get to New York to play with Big Pat.
Right. I got you. I got you, Ron.
We've been shopping in the bargain basement, man. If we gonna make some major moves, if we moving on and gonna make this thing accelerate, you go get Zion. You go get. Matter of fact. You go swing for the fences,
but you make it sound so easy.
No,
and he's not considering a lot of variables.
Let me tell you this. It is easy to a certain extent because you got Julius Randle, who's locked up for the next 4 years. You can ship him back to New Orleans, and you can get Zion here, and you can work out the contract details, before he get it. But still, even all that being said, you like I said, man, it's time to stop sitting on your hands and trying to bargain shop. You need to go make some major moves. And then it won't even hurt. Even if he says no, to this, you still go try and go make a phone call to Coach K. And people saying, "Oh, he won't come in." Coach K was very close to coaching the Lakers and Kobe.
Man, Coach K gonna retire with his vice.
I see that look on your face, Steve Ball. I see that look on your face. The man might be retired because he done did all he can do in college. He done did what he wanted to do there. This
and
is a different
Olympic
challenge.
basketball
This is a
too.
different challenge. And the guy coached Team USA. Don't forget that. So
And let me
that's
bring
what I'm
it.
saying. I'm making a very good argument for Coach K on the Knicks.
All right,
he got two of his guys here.
Okay, let me bring in Evergreen real quick.
Yo, can I?
All right, let me bring in
Go
Evergreen
ahead.
real quick, and then Chuck, you'll just go right
Yeah.
after this. Yo, why your intro so long, bro? Hey, go ahead, Chuck. Go ahead, Chuck.
You made it that long.
Yeah.
You could have cut it short.
Boy, y'all cut me off, and I had some more heat for you. I had some more heat for you.
Yeah, but Vaughn, you got to share the sugar too, brother. There's 8 other people over here.
I hear you. I hear you, but I was in the middle of a good one to give you some more fire before I dismiss. But another reason why you make that move, man, you make that move because, for one, we always talk about no risk, no reward. You know what I mean? The talent is there. There's no denying. You make that move because of the fact you've been devoid of getting that generational talent. And let's just face it, if we get the ping pong ball for number one, the world may come to an end. So I'm a proponent for taking that chance on this dude, man. And even if you don't even get a Coach K, you can get somebody else that's a better coach than Tom Thibodeau to coach these guys, man. So my thing is, man, it ain't gonna hurt to go ahead and make that move, man. Because to your point, Freezy, ain't nobody trying to come here. So you're gonna have to trade for somebody, or you're gonna have to grow your own through the draft. And good luck even trying to find somebody as close to the status that Zion is in his skill level. And the guy is still young. Oh, don't forget that point neither.
I was about to say somebody is a keyboard warrior. I don't know who
I hear him too, boy.
Goodness.
That was I think that was Evergreen. That was hey, go ahead, Chuck.
Salute everybody.
Good Chuck.
I love your enthusiasm, Uncle Ron. But to speak about trading for Zion, you know, like that, as it's just a matter of fact thing. We're just going to give them Julius Randle, and they'll take him and whatever else, and the guy will be a Knick. Couldn't trade Julius Randle before the trade deadline.
You want me to rebut to that?
Sure.
When Zion walk in that front office and tell them, hey, I'm not staying here, I want to go to New York, when he pull a James Harden, then they're going to be forced to deal with what New York trying to give them and whatever else they work out if it's a 3 or 4 team trade deal.
But
they're going to ask for all the young guys, Ron. They're going to ask for the whole team to get Zion.
Not necessarily. That's why you get other teams involved, so you don't take the brunt of the punishment of making that trade.
Well, you actually wouldn't have to give up much to get him right now, to be honest.
I was just going to say the only difference between this and the James Harden thing was James Harden was going to go to free agency. So they kind of had to do something. Zion would still be on the team. That's the only thing I would say.
Well, they don't have Zion contract getting ready to run out pretty soon. And Zion, if you look at Zion's situation, it's the same situation we had with KP. Same exact situation. Did KP sign that deal with us? No. KP got out of town. Same situation. 3 coaches in 3 years. Same exact situation. Dysfunctional franchise. Come on now. Let's talk about it.
Hey, Freezy.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that we should build around Randle? Is that what you're thinking in your mind? We should just build around him?
No.
And how long should this process work? We just finish out his contract here in New York? We're not giving him a fair shake.
No, that has never been my thought. Right. So I think Randle is a good NBA player. No team in this league is going to win, however, without a generational talent. Is Randle a generational talent? No. So why would you build around him? You can't. Is he an excellent complementary piece? Yes. Because Randle has something that most power forwards don't have. Randle can score against any other power forward in this league. That's something that most power forwards in this league don't have. And at the same time, you couple that with him being a double-digit rebounder, right? Most NBA power forwards are not going to do that, right? And on top of that, Randle stays healthy. You can't say that about most power forwards. And the dude we talk about right now, Zion, who's my cousin, by the way, I think can't stay healthy, right? And that's no knock on him. I love the dude. I love the dude since day one. I know his biological father. I think the dude is my cousin, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking Zion. I think Zion is an excellent talent. I hate all the rumors. I hate the way people talk about him in negative ways, because the dude is a salt of the earth, good person, right? But in sports, people don't care about good people no more. All they care about is highlights and all that stuff. Have you won me a championship? Oh, he don't like this. Listen, the dude is a good kid, right? Also, but here's the thing, right? With Randle, and for those that don't like Randle, you don't like Randle in his current role.
I agree, 100%.
When you bring in, say for instance, if we had a point guard who can create for others, and Randle was a complementary piece, like in a souped up Draymond Green role to a Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, then you'd love Randle because he would do the same things that he's doing right now, but there would be a guy ahead of him in the pecking order that did all the heavy lifting for the franchise, right? Say for instance, if we could get a point guard, let's just say a young up and coming point guard, whoever it is, right? And that guy was option number 1. RJ is option number 2, and Randle can thrive as the option number 3, still getting a lot of shots, still getting a lot of rebounds, still facilitating from the pinch post, hitting shooters in the corner, rebounding at a high level, staying healthy, giving you positional flexibility, right? Right? Then you would love Randle, because listen, the thing that Randle offers. Okay, so a guy argued to me, he was like, yo, I just don't like the way Randle run up and down the floor. Really? Okay. You didn't like the fact that Randle gave you a thumbs down. That hurt your feelings, right? Well, Michael Ray Richardson, when he was a Knick, tried to sniff up every ounce of cocaine in the city. Right? Michael Ray Richardson tried to sniff up every ounce of cocaine in the New York tri-state area. Right?
Damn, son.
All right. Here's another fact for you. For those that don't like the Julius Randle thumbs down, we beloved Anthony Mason, right? And God bless the dead.
That was my guy, man.
But Anthony Mason was not a good person, right? Anthony Mason was not a good guy. Fighting people in the streets. All the rumors that you heard about Anthony Mason, right? And I'm not trying to sully somebody's name, right? But Anthony Mason was not a good guy, so to speak. Randle's a good person, right? But we sully Randle's name. Charles Oakley legit tried to fight the owner of the team that he used to play for.
Freezy, remember though, you just said, I'm not disagreeing with you, but remember you just said people don't care about good people anymore.
And Sam, I said that, right? I said that. I meant that, right? But that does not make them right.
That's a good point too.
What I'm getting at is if we take all the peripheral stuff away from Julius Randle and look at Randle and for what he is, a third. Randle is the substitute teacher forced to be the teacher because the main teacher is out on leave. And we are mad with Randle for being who he is.
Freezer, I ain't mad with him. I know who
a lot of us.
I ain't mad with him. I know what he is. This tenure on the Knicks team, and I know that it's time to move on from him. You know what I mean?
That's all it is.
I'll give you another one. I'll give you another option. The kid out in Detroit, if he's still there, that power forward over there,
Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, I would try to make a move for him.
Grant is a small forward.
Yeah,
but don't they have him playing power forward?
Yeah, they have him playing both.
I thought so. I would even go that route. You know what I mean? But it's clear.
So something's better. Something's better than nothing in this case. Like
clear.
anything is better than Randle.
You gotta pay.
It's not that anything is better than Randle. Randle is one of the best power forwards, and I agree with you. But his tenure with this team, in my opinion, if you moving on from Thibs, now you got a third coach with Julius Randle. You know what I mean? And Julius Randle been playing such a role, and for them people that wanted Brunson so bad, you think Julius Randle is going to take a back seat to let Brunson handle the ball and bring the ball up?
No,
I doubt that.
Brunson ain't the number one option.
Exactly, and I doubt that. So, you know what I mean? So my thing is, you just got to make that move. And I'm going to tell you another reason why I would probably make that move. At this point, and we've been talking about this ad nauseum, about playing the young guys, right? I would move him because you still got Obi on this doggone team. And at some point, you need to make up your mind because Obi's sitting on this team and making it to the end of the season, and then we try to trade him when he has hardly nothing of value. It's gonna look really stupid on this front office, man. So you already know that the ceiling with Randle, what you saw, what Randle is, and it's obvious this is RJ's team. For those who love Julius Randle, and I don't have a problem with Julius Randle's game to a certain extent, but this is RJ team, and we need to start thinking forward to the future and stop trying to stay in neutral. Because if Julius Randle stay on this team along with Thibs, that's where we're going to remain, in neutral, trying to chase the end of the season to get into a playoff with them two guys, man.
Yeah, okay. So let me build here for a second. So forget about Randle right now.
Yeah.
Throw Randle to the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do some push-ups. I'll be right back.
Right. I can understand why people are attracted for Zion, but I think y'all do it for the wrong reasons. So, for example, I asked you a question, Ron. I said, would you sign him and his extension now? And you said, I'll do whatever I have to do to get him here. So you're going to bring in a guy that practically hasn't even played half of his career, and you're going to give him a max cap of $184 million for 5 years.
I'm not gonna give him 184. I'm not giving him 185.
Well, you just said you do anything.
Yeah, I do what I need to do to get him. But I'm gonna clarify. When you start throwing out numbers, now I'm gonna throw out my number. I'm gonna give him pretty much what Julius got.
Man, he ain't taking that. He ain't taking that.
Hey, that's where I draw my line. Hey, that's where I draw my line in the sand, and I'll move off of Zion.
Okay, well, you went from anything to a line in the sand. All right, no problem. Okay, so 2020, the next year he's going to be earning only 13.5. Yeah. So that's not a lot.
How much?
13.5.
I let him play out the deal, man, until he can show me that he's healthy. Let him play out.
I know, but I was going to build to that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
2023 and 24, he has a qualifying offer for 17.5. Right, okay. And that's also when his rookie extension is eligible. You see, so if we got to be smart, you see, because when you said that you do anything, it kind of sounded like Leon Rose. I was talking to Leon Rose and William West and all that.
I have to clarify my statement.
Okay, no problem. So what I'm saying is that if you're going to take a swing on Zion, because it is a swing, it's a high risk, high reward, right? So if I was the insurance company taking care of Zion Williamson, his premium would be disgustingly high monthly. Ain't that right? So I got to take my time with that. And do I have to get rid of Julius Randle if I could get Zion Williamson. Why do those two are compatible?
Because you got to ask yourself, with Julius having that kind of money, same thing we just talked about, is Julius Randle going to be willing to take a back seat? I don't see it. Not, and for that kind of money you paying him, you can't have him taking no back seat.
A healthy Zion Williamson was averaging 30 points a game in this league in his sleep.
But my thing is the money dictate. That's just like these balls. Let's be honest. Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker was starting because of the money they was getting paid. We all know that the alternative, them guys were better than Kemba at this time in his career. The guy can't stay on the same reason we talk about Zion, can't stay on the floor. The same thing with Fournier. Fournier can't guard me out there. Grimes is better than him right now. But he's playing because of the politics with the money. And it's the same thing with Julius. Julius ain't going to no bench with no 117 million or how much. I know it's 6 figures that he's getting in Zion coming in. No, he's not. That's why you're going to have to move that. You're going to have to move him somewhere.
Yeah, I understand that. But I'm saying that just because you get Zion doesn't mean necessarily right away you have to move Randle. That's where I'm getting at.
All right, so let me ask you a question. So Zion's last season on his contract is next season, correct?
Yep, same as RJ.
All right, so do we wait till he could play maybe 75 games next season? Because he's leaving. He's leaving that team regardless.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone. So do we wait till he plays 75 games and then sign him off the free agency? Would that be rather?
You don't let him. If he gets the free agency, we will not even be in the running.
Yeah, because
else can offer him the bag.
Yeah, we keep forgetting. And who?
Okay, I'm just asking because
that's a good.
You don't want to trade.
No, it's a good.
You don't want to trade. If you don't want to trade for him and give up anything, then we're gonna have to wait for free agency.
I think that's the only way you get him, Kendall, is through the trade. I don't think free agency would even be an option for us.
Right. You gotta let him get the test drive, bro. You gotta give up these young dudes that you listen, man. Is Quentin Grimes gonna be as good as Zion Williamson?
Absolutely not.
Is Miles McBride gonna be as good as Zion?
No.
What about Obi? What about Obi?
No, the answer is no to all that.
Yeah, all of that.
Right.
No.
So man, trading these young kids for Zion, what is that? Why is that even a question?
The reason why it's a question is because of his durability. Because you don't want to give up the farm like that, and then he plays 24 games.
That's the farm.
I want y'all to write this down.
No, it's the present farm that you have now. If you're getting rid of Booth and getting rid of Obi Grimes, that's your present farm.
He's not saying picks. He's saying the players.
Hey, I'm gonna go on record and say this right now. Y'all can laugh all you want next year or whenever, but I'm gonna stand on this one. I'm telling you right now. I think Zion Williamson will be healthy after this run, this stuff he's going through right now. I'm gonna stand on that, and you're gonna watch this guy have a very good career because the one thing that stares you in the face is when injuries start taking away something that you love doing. You're gonna get your behind in gear, and it's obvious that Joker been getting himself in gear, looking at how much weight he done dropped. Because one thing, when you have surgery, them doctors start telling you what the problem is and how you can fix it. You know what I mean? So hey, I'm telling you right now, I think that guy's gonna have a very good career. And if he's one that we pass on because of the injury history, we're gonna be looking back and say, yeah, we could have got him. And you know he loved playing in New York because he done made that reference many times.
I told people a long time ago, Zion been lost the weight. That's why I don't understand why the weight jokes are still a thing.
Yeah,
he's lost that weight months ago.
They need to go look at that recent picture of him.
Yeah, people mean, bro. Man,
he looked like he's in his Duke size.
Yeah, I think he's healthy right now.
Yeah, he's healthy. He's healthy. They even said that he's back with the team now, as far as trying to get back in the thick of things. But I think the weight is not an issue for Zion. It's just the durability, like we're saying. So it's one of those guys where you hope that he pans out like Embiid did. If not, then we're in trouble as far as the injury.
So the injury thing, man, is I think the Rudy Poo approach. If you're a front office person and you say it,
Breezy, say it.
Yeah, man. If you're a front office person and you scared, you're in the wrong business. It's like horse racing. It's like boxing. It's like any other competitive thing, man. If you are scared, you need to do something else, right? Because if Sam comes to me, if because what happens is people forget about the outside politics of stuff. Like say for instance, I'll give you an example, Sam. I am a person that the Garden has 20 elite suites, right? And I am a person that buys 8 of them for my company so that we can schmooze people that come in town and clients and all that stuff. If you come to me, I'm like, yo, why do I want to watch another season of RJ Barrett shoot 42% from the field? I know he's going to be good in 3 years, but I'm talking about why should I buy these suites this year? You know, in 3 years he's going to be a star. But what I'm saying, these suites this year, why should I buy these 8 suites for the entire season? Right? This year coming up. Don't tell me because RJ Barrett and Quentin Grimes and Miles McBride are going to Cam Reddish are going to continue to develop. I don't want to care. I don't care about that. With these 8 suites, I want to see a star. And if you don't bring a star in here, I'm not buying these 8 suites. Don't tell me about a feel-good story. I don't care about a feel-good story, right? I care about impressing the people that I'm going to put in them suites. And if you tell me, well, we're going to try to get a such and such and such, then I'm telling you that I'm not going to re-up at the end of the season. That a lot of that goes into decision making, right? A lot of that goes into decision making, right? And I understand where you're going. You're like, well, we're going to try to put a quality team on the floor and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. And you know what? And then on the flip side of that, dudes that buy jerseys, they don't care nothing about no Quentin Grimes jersey. Who do you know that is on the internet right now trying to buy a Quentin Grimes jersey? A Miles. People don't care about you. People care about. There's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks, like, give you an example, right? The Knicks making the play-in and all of that stuff would be a good buzz story for a little while, but it's just like a puff of smoke. It's here right now and it's fun to look at, but in a second, it'll all be gone away.
Yep, it's gonna overshadow everything.
Right. Yeah, man. So what I'm getting at is this: if you scared to go get Zion, if you're saying I can't trade for Zion because he might get hurt, bruh, listen? There are plenty of stars, I can name them, right, that had injury histories in the first 1, 2, 3 years of their career. One of them is maybe the greatest point guard to ever play, Steph Curry. Couldn't get over the ankle injuries early on in his career. And that's why his second contract with Golden State was a steal contract.
Had surgeries.
Right. Because they got over on Steph Curry so bad that Steph, when he was going into that third contract, that the contract that meant something, Golden State was like, yo, we ain't even gonna negotiate. Whatever the max is, we got to give it to them. Because they legit won championships on that bargain contract with Steph Curry. They were able to sign Kevin Durant in free agency because Steph Curry was a max player on a bargain contract. That's how they got Kevin Durant, right? That's how they were able to win championships. So if you are scared to make a move because a guy is injury prone, bro, Chris Paul is the poster child for injuries. And you telling me you wouldn't take Chris Paul right now? Chris Paul is hurt right now.
Blake Griffin, a young Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin, Ben Simmons,
Michael Jordan
Embiid.
broke his foot.
Bro, the list goes on and on and on about guys getting hurt in their first 1 or 2, 3 seasons in the league. And you telling me that you won't take a shot on a franchise generational talent just because they got an injury. They didn't get hurt. They got injured. And there's a difference. Man, Adrian Peterson tore his ACL and came back and rushed for 2,000 yards.
He won the MVP that year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy. I'm not against it. I'm just saying, if they're gonna do it, like I said, if they're gonna do it, go ahead. But just don't, mortgage yourself to where you have
right.
And they got the leverage. They got the leverage because of the injury history.
Yeah, and if
they
he
got
wants
the
to
leverage.
come here, and if he wants to come here, you have even more leverage. But I gotta go, guys. Peace and blessings, Uncle Ron. Pleasure seeing
Yeah,
you.
man. Hey, I gotta run myself, man.
All right, Sam.
Hey,
y'all have a blessed day.
Appreciate
Hey
y'all,
Sam,
man.
I'm eating cucumbers, bro. Look at this, Sam.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Oh
That's how
man, I
you
wanted
gotta
to say
do it, Freezy.
what's up to man.
So, but this the thing with Zion. It's not about you take the risk because it's a good swing because it's a high risk, high reward. If it works, you look like a genius.
Right.
You smell me? But don't jump out the window and give him the damn extension before he can prove that he could be at least durable. Forget about him playing 82 games a season, all that crap. Just be durable because there's no point in giving him that contract. In 2 years of that contract, we've seen him 25 times.
All right, so what if
No,
he?
and I also want to add. I also wanted to add that even if you do get him, that doesn't. It means that you'll be competitive year in and year out, but that doesn't mean that you're going to win a championship. Because even going back to the Duke year that they had together, they didn't win the NCAA.
Yeah,
they ran up against if I'm not mistaken, they ran up against Taco Fall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if they wasn't in the one and done era, if they would have went back, they would have probably won the championship the very next year because they went to the Final Four.
Yo, guys,
I mean, I guess you can say that. I guess you can say that. But if that three-headed monster was all that, they should have won.
Yo, Freezy,
You know what I'm saying? They should have won.
Ron said
That's
Ron
not fair.
said he wanted Coach K to coach the Knicks.
He said he wanted him in the organization.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
That's not a fair statement. Like if they went back, remember that year, multiple people were injured. Zion was injured. Trey Jones was injured, or whichever Jones brother it was injured. Like they had a bunch of injuries. They had
Cam Reddish was playing through an abdominal injury.
And I mean, it's not fair to say that they should have won it all. I mean, yeah, they were healthy in the tournament, but I mean, they're playing nicked up, banged up, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
It's just something I was saying it in the context of if these three players are so good, we as Knicks fans shouldn't think that just because, God willing, we have these three players on our team, we're going to win a championship because of that.
Right.
No.
And the other thing too, just real quick. If at the same time, if the dudes would have returned that said they were coming back instead into the draft, i.e. Gary Trent Jr. and Wendell Carter, can you imagine a team of I'm sorry. Was it that those guys who came to Duke and left in 2018 said they were coming back and they left before RJ and Zion came there? I can't remember who.
Marvin Bagley?
Nah.
No.
Was it that the Tatum year or no?
No. Was that the Kevin Knox year? 2018? Was Kevin Knox a rookie?
No, the Kevin Knox is Kentucky though. Are we talking about Duke?
No.
He's
Kevin
just saying in that draft.
Kevin Knox committed to Kentucky after these because Kevin Knox was Duke was high on his list and he wound up going to Kentucky after these dudes committed and then they backed out, but Kevin Knox had committed to Kentucky. Right? Because
I think it was Marvin Bagley the third.
In 2018?
It would have been. It would have been Bagley.
Yeah,
because he recommitted or something like that.
Yeah, he went third that year. So yeah, it would have had to be on Bagley. Are you talking about the team after Zion and
so Duke had players that said that they were going to return, which forced Kevin Knox to go to Kentucky instead of Duke. I'll look it up. I'll find it.
I came in late, so I heard the Zion talk and I had to jump on.
Mm-hmm.
One of the doctors, I'm not gonna put his name out there unless he gives me permission, but I talked to a couple of orthopedic doctors as well as ER doctors about Zion. They said, first of all, the ER doctor that I worked with did a dissertation on Zion because he went to Duke. Right? He said Zion is incredible, of course. He said that Zion in college started to relearn how to walk, which is something I said years ago. As long as Zion learns how to walk, most of those guys who have those lower body injuries need to relearn how to walk. I said that about DSJ. I said it about what's his name, Russell Westbrook. That's how he changed his career around from his injuries. And also Derrick Rose, even though Derrick Rose still gets injuries. When you learn how to walk again and then you start to run again and all that stuff, like it changes your trajectory when it comes to injury history, especially him being so young. The doc that I talked to and that wrote this big paper and that helped him graduate college, he said that Zion's going to be fine. We don't have to worry about Zion recovering. As long as he just does what the doctors want him to do, he's going to recover just fine. So take injuries out the equation. At least that's per 2 or 3 doctors that I've talked to that are also Knicks fans, that are also like Duke fans, and like been close to the situation with Zion. Is it better for the Knicks to trade for Zion Williamson or to go after Zion Williamson in 2023? That's the bigger question, rather than 2022, like this summer. In other
That's
words,
the same question I asked. Because
I
you
came
gonna
in
pay
late.
him.
I didn't know if you.
No,
asked
no,
that
no. It's
question.
okay. It's what I'm saying. What I was saying with that is like, all right, you're gonna probably most likely give him the bag if you trade for him before his contract is
Not
over.
necessarily. You don't have to. No,
I mean,
okay.
more than likely they will, just because the ratings, the money, and all of that, the money he brings in. So, if he plays, but even then, he's still going to bring in a lot of money just off his name. Now, in free agency, they were saying that, oh, maybe you might not sign him because he might want to go somewhere else. But you also got a heads up over everybody because you have RJ, because you have Cam, if they're still here. And those are his boys. So, you might have a leg up of everybody else to sign him. So 2023 to me might be better than signing him. Than trading him.
Would Zion and RJ fit well together?
That's
in the NBA.
That's a mystery.
Yeah,
I think that's a mystery.
That was actually
So-
going to be one of my first points, but you guys kind of like talked me out of it because I kind of like think about, well, if you have these 3 guys put together and you put 2 shooters, you put a stretch 5 and a shooting point guard who can defend, maybe you can do something. And then that's when I prefaced it by saying, even if you do get these 3 guys, I don't know if you're going to still win a championship. But to answer the question that was just asked, there's a lot of implications if you wait for him to become a free agent, because he's going to be losing a lot of money on that case if you're signing him as a free agent. Then if you would trade for him before that, bird rights, max salaries, and things of that nature. So for the player, it's better if he gets traded before his contract ends than if he signs, because he has to also sign a qualifying offer for 1 year, and then he can be an unrestricted free agent.
Freezy on mute, but
Yeah. Oh, you're good now. Okay, Matt, feedback.
That's is that Eddie C? Is that you? No, I don't hear the feedback.
I don't know. It could have been because there was a truck passing by my front of my house. Could have been.
Backing up that money.
Nah, man, it was just a regular truck.
Well, shout out to Foxy for bringing the thought even into mind. And when we talked about this ages ago, is RJ and Zion? See, that's the question. You see, because you're not going to go ahead and take out those assets in exchange and pay RJ and stuff like that, and they're not able to play well together, because you know damn well better than I do, RJ needs about as much space as possible.
the one thing is that Zion, that makes it complicated, I should say. Zion with Stan Van Gundy, his most effective moment when he exploded was 27 points per game at point forward. We've seen that archetype with RJ before. Point forward, big man, doesn't shoot particularly well. That's Julius Randle, right?
But Julius is a way better shooter than Zion Williamson, though.
Exactly. You could even go back to the Duke. We can even go back to Duke when they played at Duke. Like RJ was supposed to be the best player on that team. And then at the end of the year, Zion was basically the best player on that team because of the same thing that you're saying, Nick.
I think
he demands the ball a lot.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask this. Who's the NBA champions right now?
The Milwaukee
Bucks. Last year? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, they had an athletic freak at power forward, right? And they had a complimentary small forward, right? The point guard that could basically do it all, right? So I don't want to compare Zion to Julius Randle because listen, Randle, it will never, ever be a Zion. But if you compare Zion to Giannis Antetokounmpo, now you start getting into archetypes, dudes that can score and do things that most guys can only dream of, right? I think if you put RJ and Zion together, I think you might have the most dynamic duo in the NBA, right? Because RJ can get his against. You remember the speed question? Well, RJ's not fast, but then when you look at him, nobody stops him from going to the basket, right? And then Zion and Giannis are elite finishers around the rim, right? So you look at the whole thing of gravity. Now, what does RJ do that Chris Middleton can't do?
He has no mid-range game.
Yeah, but Chris Middleton does. Chris Middleton, I don't know. I think RJ has the potential to be an elite three-point shooter. I think RJ can play make with the ball in his hands.
See, don't compare Giannis to Zion because Giannis does so much more than Zion could ever dream of.
Like what in year?
Right? He practically. Well, I think. Well, I mean, you just said last year they were the champs, so I'm comparing that to now. You're going back to second year Giannis.
No, third. No. Okay.
Here's my point.
Okay.
My point is that Zion does not do the things that Giannis does on the basketball court for his team. Okay, Zion is very efficient in the mid post, the paint area, and restricted area. Of course, we know that already. But I'm talking about as far as orchestrating offenses, as far as attracting 5 guys around you and making the right plays, as far as rebounding the basketball, as far as playing defense at a high level. Zion is light years away from that.
I disagree a little bit with that, D, because the year that Zion was on fire, he was making a lot of people better. They turned Lonzo Ball into a semi-shooting guard.
He averaged 3.7 assists. I already know, but it's not at the level of Giannis.
I don't know if I guess the East Coast see Giannis a little bit more than we see Zion in New Orleans, but I can see the glimpses of something that he can mirror when it comes to Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't think Freezy's that off when it comes to that comparison. The height, but they don't shoot the ball that well. They don't stretch the floor that well. But they drive to the lane tremendously. They can kick out. They're a great shot blockers.
No. Zion's not a shot blocker.
No, not even a defender.
He doesn't even average a block throughout his whole career.
But I'm with Eddie.
But this is like an NBA. So I guess I'm comparing a college Zion to an NBA Zion or a highlight Zion because his blocks are tremendous. Like I think that he can block shots.
No, Eddie C, let me team up with you. So let's double team D Poetic, right? Here's the thing.
No, thank you.
Here's the thing, right? Yeah, pause. Right, but so what I'm getting at is this. What I'm getting at is this. And I think I may be able to sway D'Angelo and Nick G to be on our side. Right. The first thing you have to ask is, who are these people that you are making better? Right? Giannis looks like he's making people better, but these people that he's making better are named Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Lopez, Bobby Portis, used to be DiVincenzo.
He was doing that
Grayson
before those
Allen.
guys came.
Okay. Jabari Parkers. Oh, whoever you want to name.
Well,
right?
what's the name was already there. Middleton was already there with him the whole time.
Right, but what I'm saying is when you name the people that Giannis is making better, these are not just random fly by night guys that you're making better. These cats are good, right? And then you compare that to who Zion was making better. After you get past Brandon Ingram, can you name another person?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
That year, that Zion had his best year. I think this is 2 years ago now, if I'm not mistaken. Lonzo Ball had his best 3-point shooting percentage of his career. So, he basically made Lonzo Ball a better 3-point shooter on all those
3.7 assists a game.
No, Eddie, that's false narrative. That's a false narrative.
Why is it false? Okay.
Because it's only 3.7 assists a game. That's why.
No. Those 3.7 assists per game could be just for Lonzo. What was Lonzo's 3-point percentage that year? The year before he got signed to the Chicago
but you're guessing, Eddie. You're guessing. You're just saying that to make the narrative work.
I'm not in front of my computer to check statistics before I'm saying something right now. I'm just on my phone.
Well, you have a computer. You can go do that at any time. And what you're gonna need is game footage, not a computer to prove your point.
Yeah, but who was the point guard? Wasn't Holiday the point guard on that team?
Listen, if that's your case, that's okay. I mean, that's no problem, bro. That's what you do. That's okay. I'm not in front of a computer. I'm just talking. I'm just conversating with you guys.
Right. So, but Eddie, see, let me say this though. To the thing about Giannis, and the reason why I believe the RJ Zion thing could work is that we've seen a power forward and a small forward be the best two players on the team using an elite athletic freak power forward to win the NBA Finals. We've seen it. It's not like this thing has never happened. All you have to do is look back to last season.
Exactly. You know what else I think why it would work too is because what we thinking, well, maybe some, not all, but it's thinking RJ now. When that trade happens or whenever, if it happens, wouldn't it be 2 years from now or next season? So we looking at RJ now, saying would it work with RJ? We don't know what RJ is gonna be, how much of a step forward he'll take next season. We don't know. So it can work. We just based upon what we see in RJ now, saying, well, he can't do this and he can't do that, but we don't know what he'll do a year or two from now. So, where Zion's going to be at. So it may work. Like Freezy's right, it can work.
Two things that, at least with Eddie, that is kind of like skipping over is New Orleans has one of, if not the best shooting coaches in the league, in Fred Vincent. Fred Vincent has been accredited to fixing not only Lonzo's jump shot, but also Brandon Ingram's jump shot. And there are numerous guys that numbers have skyrocketed from a development standpoint, and their shooting numbers has gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
So it's disingenuous to just say, Zion, point forward, this is the reason why.
How long has Fred Vincent been there?
Huh?
How long has Sam Vincent been there?
Fred Vincent, it's pretty much since Stan Van Gundy was there.
Right,
if I'm not mistaken.
Because New Orleans 3-point numbers were terrible.
Yeah.
They were the worst shooting team in the league.
No, but
and this was over like a 3 or 4 year stretch. Are you saying that their numbers increased last year and he's still there now?
what I'm saying is Lonzo Ball in LA was terrible from 3. So was Brandon Ingram. He comes to New Orleans and his numbers skyrocket. He starts working with Fred Vincent, and he himself, as well as Brandon Ingram, said, Vincent recreated my jump shot. That's all I'm saying. If you want to, I'm going to the source for water. I'm not asking and making up stuff on the fly. I'm getting it from the well.
I got you, because the same can be said about RJ Barrett's jump shot.
Well, RJ Barrett, we could still say that, Drew Hanlon has been accredited for fixing his jump shot. One thing that is not here in New York City is a shooting coach.
A team shooting coach.
A team shooting coach. Yeah. Right. Everyone has their own shooting coach. So Zion, to fix his own jump shot, has to go find his own shooting coach. And, one thing that I wanted to make the argument for was, number one, don't trade for Zion Williamson. He is a CAA client. We have a ton of picks for 2023. We could give up a Dallas pick, numerous second-round picks, which will be high school players for the first time they could come into the league at that point. And we give up those picks along with Obi Toppin and get Zion Williamson.
Man, ain't nobody giving Obi.
But hold on a second, Nick. But 2023 is supposed to be a really good draft. Or do you want to give up all that capital just for Zion and not really knowing and assessing what that potential could be?
Yes.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, this is where I know y'all won't like this, but this is where the front office's intel comes into play. They'll have intimate knowledge about Zion's health because of CAA. The other thing is, just like Shaedon Sharpe, they'll have intimate knowledge on him because of Kentucky. I mean, it's just links being created.
Right.
So this is one of those situations you would have to trust them. You can't. I can't sit here and say 1 + 1 = 2. Like, we could easily sit here and say to sign and trade Evan Fournier, and that be the money that match, and Zion comes here. Like, Zion gets his money, they get picks, they get a player to match the money, etc.
Yeah.
Like, we can't sit here and say we know the future, because I think I trust the doctors that I've been around, and they said that Zion will be fine.
Right. So basically, you take the swing. Got you.
I'll take the swing. I'll take the swing at any high-end talent that I could get. I would have taken a swing at Michael Porter Jr. I would have taken a swing at. I didn't mind taking a swing on DSJ. Like, you go down the line on high-end talent you could try to get. Yes, I'll take the swing, because those are number 1 overall pick type talent.
Right.
And that's what changes things in this league.
I heard.
That's how the good teams win. They take chances like that. They take swings like that. Look at the Lakers. Didn't they trade all their young pieces for and they draft picks for AD? It ultimately got them that ring, whether it was the bubble or not. It still got them the ring. So why not do the same thing? That's one ring. Take it, leave it. We want
one.
We
got a ring here in New York. I'm telling you, guys will be buck naked, bing bong, will be going down the street.
So it's better for you guys to have one ring than to have multiple rings, building it in a different way, or just what do you guys want? Just have one ring.
Let me give you a scenario, Eddie.
I want to be like Eddie.
I'm gonna get out of here. Take care of yourself. Nick, great talking. I got to talk to you more, Nick. And God bless you, child, as well, man.
All right, man.
Y'all take care of yourself.
Eddie, I'm gonna just chime in with this, and I'm also sign off, and I'm gonna keep on listening. But so think about it this way: if you win a championship, let's say with AD, right? Let's use the Lakers. If the Lakers choose to trade AD right now, you think they won't get a bunch of picks, a bunch of players that could help them compete again? I mean, it's the same thing again. Like, win one, show that you could win in this league. Show that you have like the ability to get to the championship as well as get to the playoffs, like we've been trying, and be competitive. And then figure everything else out afterwards. Who cares? Once you win one championship, bro, like that James Dolan talk drops.
Yep.
You can't argue that James Dolan keeps you from a championship.
Right.
From that point onward.
Yeah, let me bring in my guy real quick.
Let's get it. Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting. That's right. On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting. Right. Share my dreams with you, me and I'm podcasting. You can see my vision through the podcasting. But don't forget J Boogie when I'm broadcasting. I'm podcasting, he's podcasting. I've been spitting this venom since Karate Flicks. When Mr. Sales was sharing nothing but the Knicks. I guess you know by now, I seen some tough years. Now I know the reason why Freezy got them blowing tears.
Yo, what's good, boss?
Yo, what's happening, man? Good early afternoon. It's right after 12.
Boogie in the building.
It's good, Jay Boogie. Man.
What's going on, man? How y'all doing, man?
Good,
I got on board with a 3-piece suit, man, just for the 3-piece we just put up. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, man, I didn't want to do that because of the tankers. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got a tanker fan base. You know, they be going.
You gotta send them to Ukraine, man. You gotta send them to Ukraine. We don't need them here.
Hey, shout out to the chat, man. Everybody, man. I hope everybody healthy and safe, man. God bless you all, man. God bless you all, and God bless you all, man. Continue on living your life and pursuing your dreams, man. It's in front of you as soon as your eyelids unattached. There it is. So your dreams, man, these unsleepable things, man, determine the reality things, man. Man, God bless y'all, man. What's happening with y'all, man? I've been listening, though.
Chopping it up.
Here's another thing with the with that Laker thing. The difference between us and them is we'll still have our young core. The team that we'll have will still be RJ Zion.
Your audio's giving a little bit of.
That's me.
Feedback. I don't know who is it.
Still got an echo?
No, we good.
All right. So what I was trying to say is like, you see how they won that one ring and then that was it? It's probably gonna be it. If we win that, if we trade and make that swing for Zion, right? It'll still be a young core. Our players will still be under 25. Say we win a ring in the next 2 years. So it might not even be one. It might be more. You just never know. So one ring may be more to come. It just won't be one. I don't think that it'll just be one and done, and then they scrap the team like they did with the Lakers. And everybody's older.
Yeah, and injury prone and washed.
Exactly.
There's a difference.
There's a difference
because what you're saying is the young core will at least have another shot to make another run or two at a championship because they're young, right? So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, man. What I would say though is remember, just because you got that talent, don't mean you can't keep trying to add talent as you go forward.
Exactly.
Right. So you get that talent. That'll be your base talent. You know what I'm saying? Your franchise players, and then you continue to accumulate talent over the years. Because RJ Barrett and Zion are not going to retire after they win a championship.
Exactly.
So you can build towards the future and in the right now because RJ Barrett and Zion will be young veterans.
Yep.
They won't be young core no more. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about guys that have 3, 4, 5 years of NBA experience as opposed to, RJ's a baby. He's only 2.5 years. Nah, these dudes are going to have gone through the battles, gone through the mud, pick themselves up, and gonna be contenders every year. Yep. The thing about us Knicks fans is most of us have not been in a situation where we've seen the Knicks contend every year. Most of this fan base, aside from Jay Boogie, because he old, you know what I'm saying? Nobody else has seen the 90s Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Most of these people, they've heard of the 90s Knicks. It's like me and Jay Boogie. I joke with Jay Boogie, but it's like me and like Jay Boogie and myself, we remember when the treacherous three took that Tana Gardner heartbeat and flipped it over and rapped on the instrumental, and remember how we felt when we heard that come across the airways of Kiss FM. You know what I'm saying? We remember stuff like that. The first time you hear that, you like, yo, this is fun. What is this thing? A lot of this Knicks fan base, being in their 20s and 30s and maybe in their 40s, they don't remember what it's like to be a contender every year. So when they speak to us, they're like, nah, man, it's impossible. We can't do such and such. Because if you've never been to the mountaintop, you don't know what the mountaintop is like. That's why everything seems to be impossible. People get so negative and toxic about certain things. Like, nah, man, we'll never. Dolan ain't this. Thibs ain't that. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? What we want to do is, and let me Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, listen, the Knicks are a Broadway show first. Zion first and Mitchell are the only ones on their minds. Money is the only thing that matters to Dolan. I can kind of understand that. I can kind of understand where he's coming from. I hope I didn't miss any other super chats, y'all. I don't do that intentionally, man. If I miss some, man, I'm sorry. But yeah. So the thing about Zion and all this stuff, and I know this seems like pipe dreams to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Trade for give another franchise a bag of donuts for their best player, and they better take it because we the Knicks. I know that's what this sounds like, right? But that ain't necessarily how things go. You know what I'm saying? Knicks fans, I'm just saying, be patient with the process, man. And you know what I'm saying? Maybe we get Zion, maybe we don't. But what we should focus on and give our energy to is how this team is, at least for a little while, trending in the right direction. A 3-game winning streak in the NBA is not anything to scoff at, especially before this when you lost 16 out of 19. And now you're on the 3-game winning streak. What I'm saying, everybody, is just be positive, man. We headed in the right direction. Stop bashing Randle, man. Stop bashing Randle. The thing is getting, it's out of hand to a point where you can't even trust Knicks fans anymore because we bash everything that we get and then expect people to come here and play for us. There's a reason why a lot of NBA players won't take our money. And I wonder why that is.
Mm-hmm. And then we expect to trade those players for the superstar.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I guess I got kind of lost there. So did we lose that debate with the Giannis and the Zion comparison?
No, we always win.
Huh?
We always win. We always win, bro.
What I am gonna start doing is because I've never been like that, bro. I've never been getting on Basketball Reference and let me look something up before I say something. So then when somebody comes back at me, I say, well, this was 40%, this was 30%, this was 20%. I've never been that type of dude.
Right.
3 years in the podcast, I always speak from the heart. Sometimes, it's not what people want to hear. People want to hear numbers. That's cool. If that's the game, then we start playing that game, though.
No, we all right. We all right, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It depends on stuff because the most part, what we want to do is provide a good content for the viewers and everybody.
Exactly.
It's not about.
That's what I think. There's space for everybody. There's space for people that like to crunch the numbers. There was a talk before, like you want talent evaluators, you want people that crunch the numbers, you want people that do this. The people that crunch the numbers aren't the people that evaluate talent. You know what I'm saying? In that case, then I'm a talent evaluator, and the other case, the other people are crunching numbers.
Right.
But you need the whole unit for it to flow. You know what I'm saying? So that's just it, man. I'm not really into that website stuff, but
okay.
It's not like I can't. It ain't like we can't do it.
Right.
So
I want to do this. I gotta get out of here because I gotta get some rest. I've been up since. It don't matter. I only got like 30 minutes.
I saw you on Vibes and stuff.
Yo, subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Come on and join us, man. Come in there. Yo,
Looking fly, looking fly with your pink shirt.
Yo,
Chuck
I was
Allen with
ready to wear this in there.
Oh snap!
Bam.
Nah, but you looking all right, man, with the pink shirt and Chuck with the I like the way the setup, man. It had like Florida, Miami Vice vibes to it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So make sure y'all check out Vibe Stuff Live in the morning, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. ish weekday mornings. It's your man Uncle Freezy, the #1 chief rocker on the airwaves in the morning time. Vibes and Stuff Live, and then straight to the KMD to do this right here. You know me, the hardest working man on YouTube. Bam! Come check us out tomorrow. I'll put the link on the community page. I'm gonna get out of here for today so I can get some rest. Go probably eat me another cucumber, man. Cucumbers are delicious. Y'all need to get on that vegan lifestyle. It's your man, Uncle Freezy, man. I'm signing out, man. I'll holler at y'all later.
Let's get this